live with Healing Profits. Every Tuesday, we are here 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And if you're a podcast lover, we do have Beautiful You, also new uploads every week. And today we're going to talk about scaling your massage business with memberships. And if that's something you've thought of, or you're thinking of, or you've already started using memberships, if this is something that you are definitely curious about, type yes in the comments. Now, today's episode, I really want to answer your questions about memberships. This is a pretty big topic for massage therapists, spa owners. And if you haven't done it yet, it's because you don't see the value in doing it. Maybe you're not sure if it is worth your time, your energy, the switch over of a different sort of a system. Maybe you are you prefer just kind of single sessions. You get cash or payments as you go. You don't have to do a lot of bookkeeping. And that's maybe one of the great benefits of your work. And you like that. But you see, there are things about this whole membership idea that seem to make sense, because if you are like many people, you can see just by first glance, man, those memberships, that means people are coming in every month. They're paying you every single month. And there are major benefits to that. Now, Massage Envy does it. Burke Williams does it. Gyms, 24-hour fitness. I'm using a lot of California references, but in your part of the world, there are companies, spas, gyms, health clubs, wellness centers that are all using this business model because it works. So the big question is, why aren't you? And my guess is that you're just not knowledgeable about it enough yet to implement and start it. Maybe you're not sure how valuable it's going to be for you. Now, I'm here to tell you, as a sole proprietor or the smallest business owner of small business owners, it will still benefit you. And there's a few key things to keep in mind if and when you start a membership. So type yes if this is something you definitely want to hear about. But more than anything, I really want to answer your questions. I'm going to give you my own personal experience and share some of the actual data, because it's been a business model for many years now. I've had lots of time to see some of the pitfalls of it, like the glitches in this type of system, what works, what doesn't work. So whether or not it will work for you is quite simply if you do it the right way. And I'm going to talk more about that today, because there is no doubt in my mind that it will work for you. It just needs to be done the right way. So this is just such a great topic, because I think a lot of massage therapists and spa owners wonder about it. And when we have confusion about something, we typically don't take steps forward and do it, because if it's confusing at all, it just kind of hits our brain in a different way. And it's a lot easier to just not do it than clear up the confusion, figure some things out, and start using it. So I get it if it's confusing, because if you haven't done it yet, it seems like there might be a lot more involved than you're willing to do. And I totally understand that too. But it is one of the greatest tools, and it is one of two tools that I highly recommend and work with my own clients and students on, is memberships, really growing and scaling your business using memberships, and using the power of video as a massage therapist. So these are two things that I am definitely on the side of just absolutely use them. They're going to work. And here's what we're going to talk about today. How can you get started with them? I'm not going to get into all the technical. This isn't a technical video. This is a conversation about memberships and scaling your business using memberships. And it's an opportunity for you to ask the questions about using memberships for your own business. And whatever real top of mind questions that you have or reasons for not doing it, let's clear all that up today. So make sure you let me know what your question is or questions are. This is a great opportunity. So whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, just make sure you put those questions in the comments and I will get to them. So now, lots of companies using this business model, and we've seen a wave of sole proprietors and small business owners that provide services begin to use this model. Now, what I have found is in doing so, the people that don't actually, in my opinion, do it right kind of run into a lot of glitches and pitfalls and issues with this whole model because what I think is happening is they're not as clear as they need to be upfront about what kind of terms and conditions to include in writing upfront, total mutual understanding. Because if it's not clear to you, it's not going to be clear to your client. And if it's not clear to your client, there's going to be hiccups in the road about kind of like what they think they can get and what you actually meant for them. So, what you're willing to do as far as how many massages per month. And there's a lot of things that we can talk about right now in this one live session about what you can do to protect yourself. But bottom line is this is a win-win situation. And that's the way it's meant to work. It absolutely is not meant to benefit one party more than the other because then you will run into some issues. Your clients won't be as happy and you will feel maybe overwhelmed or shortchanged or overworked, all of these things that you could run into if it's not set up in advance with a lot of clarity in writing about what your terms and conditions are. So before you get to that, you really do need to think about what do you want it to look like? How many clients do you want to see a week? How many clients do you want to see a month? So now I just want to talk about just real quick my experience with this. Now I am a longtime subscriber, a member of Massage Envy, and I have been a longtime receiver of independent massage and spa small businesses, big spas, little spas, but small business owners. I am a big, huge believer, supporter, receiver of massages and spa services. Now, as a spa owner and also being an expert in this industry, my hiring process included receiving tons and tons of massages. Now, here's the thing. You don't want to compete with Massage Envy. However, they do things that work in marketing, branding, getting repeat business, and there's a lot of talk about having a lot of pitfalls with offering this, but they still do. And that's kind of their bread and butter. And that's what keeps them in business, growing franchises and everything. Now, I would not say if we were talking 12 months ago and totally beginning this crazy COVID-19 year, and hopefully we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. A lot of changes are, happening, opening businesses, opening back up, people more comfortable in receiving hands-on services. So it wouldn't have been a conversation I would have wanted to promote so much, let's say in the last 12 months, even though I teach it and it would have been a great time to set it up. It's not that it wasn't a really good idea. However, now is a great time to present this to you because here we are in mid-March 2021. And God willing, we're just going to keep moving forward. People are going to just be doubling down on getting massages because we need them and your clients need you. And if your clients aren't coming in and they want to come in on a regular basis, it's probably because they forget. Now, here's the thing. Most clients would love to come in for a regular massage. And it's not because you're not good enough. What they get when they come to see you isn't amazing enough. It's probably has nothing to do with finances because it is, I believe, for most clients, it's a necessity and just one of the great ways to take care of yourself and your health, your wellness, stress levels go down, all of that. So here's the thing. If your clients aren't coming in on a regular basis, it's because you're not doing a good enough job explaining the value or letting them easily remember. So it's in your marketing, your branding, and the business model that you're using. And at no fault, because maybe you just didn't know that before now, but it's not that they don't want to. It's not that they don't have the money. It's not that there aren't clients out there. It truly has to do with the way that you are presenting your value, consistently reminding them in a way that's not annoying. And in what that looks like as a business owner is in your branding and in your marketing. It's in the business model. It's in how are you packaging your services. So when you offer memberships, one of the key things to make it work is branding. You have to brand it, package it, market it the right way. And if you do that, your clients who already want massages, they already want to feel relaxed, reduce their stress, they have it in their budget. And quite honestly, they just half of the time forget. And here's the thing, it's so easy to forget because they might get busier at work. Their kids might be home from school. There might be distractions, family visiting. They might have a lot more going on. That doesn't mean if they had an appointment on the books that was already paid for and that they really, really want, that they chances of them showing up for that appointment aren't far greater. Like, if you have a client that's already a member with an appointment on the books, the chances of them showing up for their appointment is far greater than a client who's at home that doesn't actually even have you in their mind right now because they got so many things going on. They only think of you, unfortunately, when maybe they strain a muscle or their neck hurts or something happens because they've waited too long to come in. Now, I don't know about you, but those clients that just keep it in their book and they know every Tuesday at 3 p.m., I'm coming in to get my massage because that is what I do. That is how I take care of myself. And the rest of my life could be totally crazy and, I could be overworked and stressed out or whatever. But I know no matter what, Tuesdays at 3 o'clock, that's my time. Now, that is one of the elements of a dream client. Like, that is a great quality when you're envisioning like your dream client. Make sure it's like somebody that actually commits to their own well-being. Like, that is what you want. But there's a whole lot of clients out there for you that don't think that way. Their brain doesn't work that way. Maybe they're afraid of commitment. Like, there's a lot of reasons why somebody might not just keep a standing appointment. Their schedule is just too flexible, whatever. That doesn't mean that they are not an amazing potential client for your membership. And there are a lot of ways that you can present and package this membership. And what you see others do, whether they say it works for them or they say they tried it, it didn't work for them. You can do your research, take notes like, okay, well, she did it that way and it didn't work. Okay, they say to do it this way, seems to really be working for them. That's a great start, and we're going to talk a lot more about that, but the best thing that you can possibly do is think about what you want as far as how many clients you want, what you want to get paid per client per session, and also what your clients need. Like if you are already in business, you have a great amount of data to work with in defining what your membership looks like. Now, you get to have a signature membership. It's yours. So you get to define it. And I believe that when people have the option to buy into a membership, it's absolutely a different thing than buying a package. So buying massages or spa services upfront is a totally different dollar amount that they'll be spending. It's an easier entry for sure, because when you buy a package, a lot of times you're paying a lot more money up front. When you're buying a membership, it's two things that they can budget into their own finances, but also you can start to structure your own budget around consistent income. And that is a beautiful thing. It is like having that client that comes in Tuesdays at 3 o'clock and knowing, like, come hell or high water, that client's coming in Tuesdays at 3 o'clock. At least I know that. That times 10 or 15. So it really just depends on what it is that you want. It depends on what your availability is. How I want you to really step back and think of your a few things. So I'm not going to do a whole training on this, but what I am going to do is I'm going to put a very special page together just for my viewers and my audience. If I have a lot of resources already. And what I'm going to do is I kind of thought of this right before I came live today. I want to be able to put that all in one page for you. So then you can go to that page and see what you think you need to start with. And I'll kind of outline, like, do this first, do this, do this. But if you've already done the first couple steps, you can jump into step 3. So I want to make it really easy for you to start a membership if you haven't already. And one of the very first ways to scale your business using memberships is to have the clarity of what you'd like it to look like. So you can do your research. You really want to work with, like, your demographic, what they need and what they seem to want. And here's the thing. If you have any fear about scaling your business using memberships because maybe you think you have to give more discounts or inflate your single session rate and that doesn't feel right to you, or you have to work harder for some reason, there may be some extra work involved. It's kind of no way around it. You do have to set up a system. You have to get really clear on your terms and conditions. You have to start with contracts and all of that. But once you just kind of envision it first, like, this is what you want, this is what you think will work with your clients, that's a great starting place. And you're going to do some work up front. And as long as you can package that and share the value in a way that's so easy to understand for your clients, then you're going to start to see people purchasing this membership. And what you're going to find as you're scaling your business is a few things. So I'm going to get into a couple technical things, but I just want to say right here, when you are selling memberships, if you start to feel a little anxious, like, uh-oh, I think I'm going to end up with too many clients for the amount of energy that I can output, that's where you cap it off. Now, up front, this is before you actually implement a membership. I really do want you to think about, how many clients do you want to see each week, each month? Start with that number and then cap it off pre-sales. So before you actually implement this membership, really think about what you want as far as a number. But if you start selling memberships, the only way for you to make better decisions is when you're in action and you've made some decisions that are giving you more information. you're kind of feeling it out and able to change your mind or make different decisions. And so you're able to steer your ship however you want. So, friend, there is a lot of fear that I've seen come up, or a lot of, I've seen quite a few people like not want to do memberships because there's a belief that you're trying, let's see, if you think that doing a membership is trying to compete with one of the franchises in your area, that's not the right place to start from because that's not what's happening. Take the massage envies away. Is it a smart business model? Do you want consistent income? Do you want to be able to scale your business? Do you want to be able to eventually raise your prices? Do you want to get more positive reviews and testimonials so that your credibility, you're standing in the community, you're being known more with clients who are there in your town and your community that really need you, but they don't even know about you yet. So there are so many benefits to using this membership model. But if you're running into any fear or you hear opinions or ideas against it, because I know that they exist too, if you find that, I want you to come back to thinking about not what Massage Envy does, not what other people are doing, what massage therapists think about it, or if it works for this person or it doesn't work for this person. Do you want consistent income? Do you want to be able to know what your schedule is more or less? Like most likely you'll know more of your schedule, and be able to depend on that a lot more in advance, which to me is a beautiful thing. And do you want to structure your budget knowing really what your income at least is going to be? And then it will help you kind of really know it's so smart for your marketing. Like, okay, I need to market myself even more right now, or I need to cap off this membership. Like, you're just able to make better decisions when you don't have to wonder where your clients or your money, your income is coming from so much all the time. Now, no matter what, it is one of the best and biggest ways to, it's the easiest way, no matter what work you have to do up front, to scale your business. So I really am a big advocate of this. And you, um, in doing this, should, I guess, just start first. I'm just kind of riffing. I have a couple bullet point notes that I want to share with you, but start with your clarity of your vision, what you want to see your membership look like. But then beyond that, think of how you can work smarter, not harder. So offer this membership with a ton of incentives, a ton of benefits. So this has to be a win-win for you and your client. If you're working a lot harder than the income that you're bringing in, it's not a win for you. You can't do it that way. So before you even put it out there and offer it, you got to step back and think about, well, then what is going to feel like a win-win? So your clients, if they're just going to pay the same amount of single session rate that they've been paying, but maybe you're going to raise that rate a little bit, they may or may not see enough value in that. But I really want you to think of add-ons that you aren't actually working harder to provide, that you are um, providing a signature service that only your members receive. If you've never watched my signature service training, I will make sure you have that, because if this is something that you know most of your clients just love this service, make it a VIP service, a membership service. If you use hot towels, paraffin, you do, there's so many different things. And in my Black Friday, um, the video that I did uh, back in November about Black Friday strategies, there are a lot of ideas in that one, and you can use those ideas in this what makes this membership unique and special for your clients. So instead of working harder and actually taking less money for your time and your energy, which doesn't make sense, that's not a win-win. I really want you to think of giving incentives instead of giving discounts. And there are ways to do that in that Black Friday video and also that signature training. That's going to really help you think of your own creative ways to add incentives for your clients. So, something that really makes sense for you. If, let's say, it would be awesome for you to receive annual membership fees. So instead of offering a deep discount because they're paying up front, which most people might think, but then, I'm not getting money the rest of the year. They're coming in the rest of the year. I've discounted it and you're kind of stuck with it. You've been contracted for a year and that might not feel good to you. Instead of that, would it be worth it for you to have a VIP annual membership pass and they get a Fitbit or they get a special signature service that only annual members get? Now, thinking of your signature service is a great way to package this up because when you focus on your branding and how this is marketed, you are so much more likely to be successful with it. Because, again, as I said at the beginning, if it's confusing, people aren't going to want to purchase it. Just like if memberships are confusing to you, you're not going to want to do it. If something is confusing, we're not going to take the steps forward to make it happen because if we don't see the value or the benefit in it enough and there's confusion, we're more likely to stop instead of kind of overcoming that confusion. Unless we really see the value in something, we're not designed to do that. So that's why I really want to talk about memberships today. Put your comments, not just comments, questions about memberships. Make sure whether you're watching this replay or you're watching it live, put those comments in there so that you can get your specific questions answered. The confusion you might have around memberships, get that cleared up because this is a really beneficial business model for you to use. And I believe it's better than almost any other kind of, let's say, those coupon services and all the other ways like Facebook ads. And there are different ways you might think are good to scale your business and grow your business. If you gave me the choice between all of those ways and you offering a membership that works for you and it works for your clients and it's packaged the right way, I will always pick membership. So again, it is one of the tools that I teach my students and my clients because I believe the benefits for you in a stable, consistent, growing business far outweigh any of the learning curves or the setup process or defining your terms and conditions, like all the things that, yes, you have to do up front. I get it. Like you do have to make some decisions and do a little more work up front. But once you get through that, you have consistent clients on the books. And a lot of massage therapists don't have that. And you don't have to struggle with that, especially if you use memberships to grow your business. Now, I believe for startups or starting out, not having something that you're really, really sure about yet, have one signature membership instead of a bunch of different levels. And we talked a little here about the annual VIP membership. If it is so super simple and it feels really good and you think that the incentives and the value and all of that makes sense to you and your clients, feel free to do a month to month and an annual. But keeping it really simple with one signature membership is what I highly suggest if you're just starting to use this as part of your business model. Because It's something you're gonna learn more about what works for you, and if it doesn't feel right, doesn't feel good, it doesn't mean throw the baby out with the bathwater kinda thing, but it does mean it's time to tweak it a little bit. Something maybe you need to kind of look at those terms and conditions a little bit more. So let's say you come up with this great membership program and your clients think it's really great, and 20 people sign up for it right away because it's that great. And then you realize, no wonder they all signed up for it. It's either not priced high enough or there's something about it maybe that just you don't want 20 people to sign up just right away, especially if you're just starting out with this or you're a new massage therapist or you're just, adding this on. It's something you're going to learn about your own unique situation by doing it, and you'll be able to tweak those terms and conditions. You'll get more clarity, and if you um, do start adding it, maybe have, let's say, a smaller number that you cap off at. You don't have to. I teach the bit more method, which means you do a bit more and a bit more, because it truly is in manifestation. It's one of the greatest ways to manifest whatever you want in your life and in your business. But if you were to cap it off at 3 to 10, somewhere, like, pick a number of a lower amount of clients that are founding members, and you can start it off that way. Maybe there is a special invite, and it's a not necessarily a trial, because you want this to work. So, you're not going to give it away. You're not going to give deep discounts. You're going to have a special invite. You're going to offer this as an exclusive for founding members only. Like, this is something that your small group of founding members will be able to help guide you, honestly, whether you present it like that or not. But what works for them? What would they like to see more of? You can ask more questions. It's a beta program. You can use these terms, because then that kind of puts you in a partnership with your clients more, to gain more insight and information, so that when you do present it and you really launch your membership, you're able to offer it to more people with more confidence and not feel like you've dug yourself into a hole, because we don't want that to happen at all. So try to definitely put yourself in your customer's frame of mind, what they actually want, and do that instead or more than what you think they want, or um, what someone else is doing. Just really do your best to put yourself in that dream client's shoes. And if you don't have dream clients yet, that's okay. Think of your dream client. Think of 3 different dream clients that you would love. What do they look like? What do they do? How many times do they come in? What are they willing to pay you for a single session? And what kind of massages do they request? Maybe you have these certifications in a few different things, and you have clients coming in on a regular basis for sports massage, but you don't like doing sports massage. That's not a dream client. You want the clients that want what you love to do the most. And so these are just a few things to think about. And in doing that, you can actually imagine who your dream client is, and come up with something that works for them. So I want to give you tons more ideas so that you are able to start doing this, and your clients can stop forgetting to book an appointment, because honest to God, sometimes that's all it comes down to. And if you're offering memberships, I'll give you a couple other ideas, but you can book a clarity call with me, and we can talk about this based on your unique situation. Do you live in a small town? Is it a rural area? Do you live in a big city? Is there a lot of competition? So it really depends on where you're starting from, but every service provider can offer a membership, and it doesn't have to be big discounts. It can be great incentives and rewards, and it's okay to reward loyal clients more. And it's not at your own expense. And if it is, that there something needs to be tweaked there. So I absolutely want to give you a clarity call. I want to give you a link that I'm going to put together for all of the resources for starting your membership, and they'll be free resources on one page. I haven't actually put it together because I had that idea right before I came on live. I really want to give you all of the things that I've actually already done and put them in one place, meant for you who would be interested in starting a membership. And so I'll put a link in the show notes. Once I wrap up, I'll put the page together and I'll make sure I do that. You can always message me. Now, here's the thing when you're thinking of terms and conditions, because this is one of the big questions, and I wanted to make sure I included this in today's discussion. If you are offering a membership, like what happens if somebody signs up and then they want to cancel it? And maybe your contract includes cancellation fees or something like that. Now, this is something that once you have a membership, it's a pretty common thing. Like what happens if somebody signs onto your membership, but then they want to pause it or they want to cancel it? And then what happens because you were counting on that? To me, this is my simple answer. You can offer memberships with a 3-month minimum sign-on. So they are committed for 3 months, or 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. Like there is some minimum commitment. Or you can just offer memberships that are a recurring subscription. So they are being charged every month, cancel anytime. Now, my belief is if somebody signs on to your membership and they want to cancel, release them and bless them. Bless them and release them. Let them go and don't worry about it. There's 5 more clients that want to take their place. And if you can run your whole business with that perspective, you're going to be okay. If you think that you're losing something because somebody doesn't want to be part of your membership anymore, it's just, to me, it's kind of running your business and maybe your life from a place of lack somehow, like there's not enough. And that isn't actually true. Well, it is if you believe it, but there's more truth and more abundance in knowing it's okay to bless and release a client, knowing that there are no refunds. That's part of your terms and conditions. You have a certain timeline requirement of when somebody gets their massage. So let's say somebody doesn't get their massage this month or their spa service, they want to come in next month. And that means that you're going to be giving this same person 2 massages in 1 month. That's an important thing when we're thinking of terms and conditions. And that's something that we'll talk about more in a clarity call, or I'll put into that one page, because it's a really important thing to consider, because Massage Envy has a ton of massage therapists. So they can kind of handle that overflow of people not coming in. And I have a couple of massages in the bank and spa services in the bank for Massage Envy because of COVID. And you as a sole proprietor probably don't want to add on all of those massages. Let's say they want to come in all in 1 month, or let's say they want to give it to their husband and come in. So back-to-back massages, that's 2 massages in 1 month for just one of your members. Now, let's imagine 5, 6, 7 other members are doing that same thing. So you don't really have many hands-on services in 1 month, but you got a ton, too many in the next month. You could run into that issue if, again, your terms and conditions aren't very clearly stated up front. These are all things that you get to think about. Do you work with a partner? Do you have a team of people and it's not really an issue? You know you'd be okay. But one of the best things, so they have a minimum sign-on 3, 6, 9 months that they have to commit to for a membership, you can offer that if you'd like. One of the other things is if it is transferable, which I believe it can be transferable. Most business owners can make it a transferable monthly service. And the bottom line with that is using it within the month instead of letting them carry over. Like a big company can do that. Let's say, because here's the thing, you're not competing with Massage Envy. You're not competing with Burke Williams or any of these other, wellness centers that might be using this and offering carryover services. If you are a sole proprietor and you are one person offering an amazing membership to your clients, and it's something that has a lot of value to it, but it won't have value to you if they're carrying over and you have to double down on your energy next month and that doesn't work for you. If you are a sole proprietor, start out with use it or lose it policy and have that in your terms and conditions. And instead of comparing yourself to Massage Envy or any of these other ones, look at the model of a gym membership. You either go or you don't go. You're not actually getting extra workouts next month because you didn't use them this month. So I'm always talking about like maybe loosely following what Massage Envy does because there are things they do that really work. They brand themselves great. Their memberships, like there are things that they do. They are one of the best kind of marketing sort of things in some ways that you can look at as a massage therapist. And it's really helpful to kind of look at what they do, but realize like that's not you and you're not competing with them. In this case, the best sort of comparison model would be a gym, a fitness gym. Now, you're going to pay your membership dues whether you go or not. And as far as what they get, I'm getting way more. I'm giving a lot more information than I planned on. I just wanted to kind of talk some of the general big picture ideas of offering memberships and scaling your massage business using memberships. But I can't wrap it up without sharing some of these details. Now, if your membership includes one service and the membership, it's kind of equal to that what a single service is, but there's a lot more incentive somehow. Maybe you're using not just in essential oils or some, additional sort of things that your clients would love. But I really want you to market and package that as a signature service. And so that's why branding is just really important. And that signature service training I talked about is going to be really helpful so that you even know how to get that started. But when you can have that single session that be valued at what their membership fees, what the dues are each month. And it makes a lot of sense. They love it. They're in every month doing it. And then they want additional services. But let's say you're keeping it simple, like I suggest as you start, you only offer that one service. What I would suggest, because I don't believe you need to give these really big discounts in order to get your clients coming in. If they want to come in more, one of the best things you can do is just offer an additional service or more than one service if you have the time in your schedule, because a lot of people are going to be booking with you because you have a membership now. But if you have that one membership price for one, that's what they get is one service with all these amazing kind of thoughtful add-ons for them. They can book another signature service at that same price as what the membership is. So that's another differentiation between Massage Envy and you, a single spa owner or massage therapist that doesn't have a team of people. So instead of giving discounts off of other services, which is often the case in bigger companies, you're not that. So giving the same signature service at the same membership rate is one of the simplest ways to have them book more with you. They've already decided that rate works for them. They are so happy to pay for this amazing signature service at that rate. Every single month they want that. Regular single sessions clients that don't have memberships don't get that. So there is absolute value. They can see it clearly, and booking, if you offer one a month at the membership rate, that's great. Giving them the option to book as many as they'd like at as long as you have availability at that same rate. So it's not a discounted rate, it's just at the same rate. Then that's how you offer the special loyalty rewards. It's that same amazing signature service, which is why your signature service and your branding and your marketing is everything. It's not about discounts. So try to kind of wrap your head around that. Watch the signature service training. You can watch the Black Friday how to do promotions. It says Black Friday in the title. It's just a couple videos back, but that one will give you a lot of other ideas and talk about signature services. But it's really good to think outside of the box rather than thinking I'm just going to give discounts. Like that's the way I'm going to make money with my hands and my energy and all of my time. Like it doesn't have to be that way. And so moving forward, all of your regular clients, non-members, they don't get that signature service. They're probably going to want it. And eventually they're going to sign up for your membership because you're that good and you've packaged it in a way that is that good. And so I hope this has helped. Again, put questions below. I want to answer your specific questions, and I will wrap this up with inviting you to book a clarity call with me so that you are able to take a look at your unique situation and see if this how it would work for you. We can talk a lot more about that. You can go to beccastar.com and just book a call with me. You can find a lot of resources there. If you love this, please make sure you are a member of this page. Subscribe, hit the bell if you're on YouTube so you know when we go live. I am so grateful to share this topic with you all today. I hope this was helpful, and I'll be back next Tuesday, same time. We'll go live 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Eastern. Thanks so much for watching.